Hey, what's up? It's Jim, and today I'm going to talk about Ed, and Eddy's Big Picture Show. And this was a winner of the Patreon movie review vote. If you would like for me to select a movie of your choice, then click on the link below and pledge, and maybe I'll be reviewing your movie next month. And this winner was selected by Dan Leon. Ed, and Eddy was a big show. I've lived with a few people who are big fans, and they were watching it a lot. And I have seen it sort of because of other people. I've watched it a few times. I watched a few episodes before I watched this movie, but I would not necessarily consider myself a huge fan or anything. So I was a little worried about, this. I wasn't never against it. But then I turned on this movie, and I think, most movies of a show or TV movies of a show, which seems to be more common nowadays, they kind of go all out. They try to mess with things. They try to almost like overreact to the show itself and the creative freedom they're given and budget and so forth. And honestly, it's like not that great. But when shows do that, and it sort of feels forgettable, and like the We Bare Bears movie sort of ruined that franchise for my kids. It's like you can go too far with it. But then there's this movie. And I actually think they did a really good job with this movie. The entire movie is a chase movie. It's basically the Eds try to do a scam. We don't know what it is. I don't think we ever find out what it is. It failed really bad, so much so that everyone else in the cul-de-sac is pretty messed up from it. What it is, we don't know, but that makes it more fun, frankly. And then they're on the run. They steal a car from one of the Eds, whichever Ed, one of them, his older brother's car from his older brother's room, and drive off and try to get away. And then everyone else chases after them. And that's sort of the whole movie. Ed tries to act like he's going to meet his older brother, who he's told stories about before and stuff. And he's going to find him wherever, and everyone else follows him. That is a great idea for a movie. It's also a great idea for a movie of a TV show. I mean, it works kind of on both levels, and I guess I can speak on that because I've seen several reviews like coming from a fan perspective. I'm not against this. I'm not hating on it. I'm not gonna call myself a fan either, but I do think having them be able to have each characters have their moments, everyone's chasing after each other, all the stakes for each character is very established throughout it. It's very clean, smart narrative, and it you get through the thing that the Eds would definitely scam everybody. It's not even I mean, I knew that before, but I think if you didn't, it's there. And it makes it more fun because you know that they are always on the run. No one else is getting close to them, but also you see the problems with their relationships and everything like that. And it also goes back to the Beavis and Butthead Do America thing, is how do you get them out of the house? Because it almost feels like in a movie you want them to do more stuff, but then you go into pretty unnatural surroundings in a lot of ways, and it feels kind of dumb when you do that. And so in this, I liked it where it's okay, well, they've annoyed everyone so much, everyone wants them to leave. I've never seen that before, and I actually really thought that was a smart idea, because rather than their TV, I mean, I think Beavis and Butthead was what if they're in that big unnatural big movie of a show, but they still acted like they were in a small movie, sort of. I think it was just what if Beavis and Butthead were in a blockbuster, which is still a funny idea. And then Neddy's thing is what if it's just a huge chase thing, with cool animation and stuff. And this way, it's when they do the cool animation, it's warranted because they're in a chase, because they're doing a thing, because you'll get a cool sequence. It's not just I think in most of the time it's sort of masturbatory or is a bad artistic reaction. This is a good artistic reaction. This is directed by Danny Antonucci. I think he did a really good job with it. I was really surprised. This probably has far more in common with Fury Road than I thought it would. In fact, I think when the the Eds calm down and they're in this factory or whatever, that might be, maybe if you play this side by side with Fury Road, it might match. I'm just saying it has some structural similarities. Now, Fury Road had been playing for a long time, so I don't think Ed and Eddy inspired Fury Road. But Why not? It could. Sure. Let's just say that. I think it's what kind of, yeah, it to me felt like the show, but it did feel like sort of a culmination as well, because you can tell like it is sort of the end of a certain phase of their lives, or somewhere between 5th and 6th grade or something. It felt sort of like that, and answering some questions, finding out his brother, finding out certain other questions. There was obviously a lot of references I didn't get, but having that in there, I think, makes it feel like a movie thing, because often when I'm asked to review movies or shows, or like when you see a movie or a show and stuff, you do feel like you're watching something that was attached to something and has no like real reason to exist. Outside of that, I don't feel that about it. I think this is actually a really good movie. It just shows a lot about Danny Antonucci as a person and as a creator, that he's able to like make something this kind of audacious in the way that it just like has a perpetual motion, because everyone's on a task. Like in fact, it just establishes like they're on the run and everyone's chasing them, and everyone's motivation is to chase them. You don't know what motivated them to go on that chase, but it's a MacGuffin, and you don't need to know what a MacGuffin is in the end. What it is. I like that it's undefined. I think that's honestly very awesome. I think this is probably, like, direction-wise, probably one of the more solid, maybe the best of the Cartoon Network movies. I like the regular show movie, obviously. I like certain ones, but this is like really good. It might be better than most of the Nickelodeon movies, because they really understood what they were doing. And I think so often people want to do too much with these things. And it's kind of interesting when someone just goes, oh, well, what if they're all chasing each other? And like, that's fun. There was a funness to this that I really didn't expect. It made me watch more Ed and Eddy. It actually made me want to watch some more of the show, which it's a fun show. I get it. I'm not the biggest fan of the design and everything like that. It feels a little like, I don't know. It's just never been my thing. I like sort of a messy style, and it is messy, but in this it all like popped and worked. And I often feel like when I'm in the show, like even whether you like the design doesn't work, because it's a very character-based show, and any chase thing, if you know the characters, it works like even better. It's just fun like seeing like the various groups that are chasing them, and like what are they doing, and the Eds, and going back to like the girls and the kid with the board, and like all these different people throughout the show and throughout this movie, like all coming together. It was like a cool, positive watch. So I actually will say, by the very least, I think it is my favorite of the Cartoon Network movies. I thought it was really good, actually. I think it had a good spirit behind it, and artistically and theory-wise really worked. And I also just think it was fun, and despite the fact that I didn't know the show as well, which probably speaks more to it. But yeah, I'll say probably the best of the Cartoon Network movies. I can't think of a better one. One that could be like put on the big screen. I'm sad it isn't, because it really just has such a great energy to it, and really knew what it was doing throughout, and it wasn't trying to, do the thing the show never was, or do a different thing, or what if they were in this or anything. They very much contained it within the show while still doing a chase thing. Like, it's wild. Danny Antonucci did a great job curating this and writing this and figuring out and getting it to work for what it is. I think everyone who worked on it creatively is a very smart person and also understands. People actually watch these things beyond the series finale. I think all that culminated in a big, long chase. You might not know what the point is, but the point is the chase itself. As long as you're along for the ride, I think this movie really works. Despite me not knowing the show as well and everything like that, and not even knowing their reason to go on the chase, the point of this movie is not the chase. The point, or even knowing the show, honestly, in my perspective, the choice is watching the ride that gets you there. So if you've seen Ed and Eddy's Big Picture Show and you would like to talk about it, then comment below in the comments and subscribe if you would like to. And this was a winner of the Patreon movie review vote. If you would like for me to review a movie of your choice, then click on the link below and pledge, and maybe I'll be reviewing your movie next month. Thank you very much for watching.